And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is show number 2 of the day. Of course, staying busy out there too at the sportsguys podcast.com. Of course, presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out at bangtail.com, or even better, easyliquor.com to get that bottle sent directly to your door. The holidays are coming up, so nothing better to celebrate the holidays with than with a glass with your friends of Bangtail Whiskey. We always say drink responsibly out there. Our thanks to the legend, David Frizzell, for coming on the show. If you missed that one, always catch it back at the website there. We mentioned there at the top of the show. And as fast and furious as it is, no, this is not done today. I've got 3 shows today. Kate Watson coming up about 4:30 today. We'll talk with her, the Texas native. She's blowing up there in Nashville too right now. But 2 young ladies that helped me get started a couple of years ago, and they have reinvented themselves, the band name, the whole 9 yards, and Dream in Denim is a new single coming out here for you guys across all the digital platforms. American Blonde joins us here. Natalia, how you doing? Tinka?
Good. How are you?
It's been a minute, right? Hadn't it?
It's been a hot minute, man. It's so good to see you. We can't tell you enough. I know. It's been a long time, but like we said, thank you so much for having us again. And like we said, like the last time we saw you was back in 2019, I think. And
it was about that.
Had such a great time watching your show just take off, and we're so proud of you.
We're so proud.
Well, I guess the Lord gave me a little talent to do something. You guys sing, and I just do podcasts. That's what I do. So
there you go.
So I got to keep using the radio stuff and keep it going. Well, tell me about all this, because I got a lot to catch up on. First, the renaming of everything. You know, obviously, sister chose to go off and kind of do another career, but you guys now, American Blonde, A Dream in Denim is out there across all the platforms, or will be coming up soon. Natalia, you had a lot of changes over these last couple of years, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes.
So many things have happened, y'all.
Mhm.
It's just been a wild ride.
I
So,
know.
all through 2020, really 2019, 2020, we were just like, you know what? We need a change. There needs to be a cleanse to the world and everything that we've got going on. And so we just like rebranded.
Mhm.
We
established new merch. We really
new
sat
music.
down and just wrote like music that we wanted. So like a long story short, we've been in a group called Southern Halo since we could remember.
like baby kids.
We were so young, we were figuring everything out. And by the time, we all don't really know who we are at young ages. And when we got to a point in our time where we were in our early 20s, we were all discovering a little bit about who we all are. And when baby sister was like, I don't want to do all this traveling. I'm not really a fan of the stage. I get stage fright, like all this kind of stuff. We're like, girl, we support you. We're all young. We have our whole lives.
So she took off, and we're just so proud of her.
And she took off in 2020, and that happening really made us realize, like, we've been going so fast, like our whole life. It was a really good chance to sit back and say,
slow things
is
down.
this what we want? Like, do we want to continue with music?
Absolutely.
And holy cow, absolutely. So Tinka and I sat down, and we just got to finally be hands-on with everything. When we were young, it was really hard to have a say-so and what to do.
Because we were new to Nashville, new to the recording process, new to the writing process. And now that we feel like we've gotten our hands on the ropes a little bit, we can control them a little bit better.
And it feels so good.
And it's been so great putting out music that we want to put out to our own sense of style, like our, a recreated version of ourselves.
Our own voice, our own message.
Right.
And, with Tinka being a drummer, we've always had people compare our Southern Halo albums to our live show, and was like, your albums are a little
something ain't adding up.
poppy, and your live shows are like rock and roll. So we were like, we need to start making our albums sound exactly like our live shows. And that was one of the many goals that we wanted to accomplish. And I think the album that we just released this year, titled Something in the Water, was a very good first stepping stone in that direction, which we're so happy and proud of.
That's right.
Yeah, tell me about this new single, because Dream in Denim, I think this is a fantastic song. Of course, I love hearing it, no doubt, and get high reviews here. It really showed a different side, especially with you two now making up American Blonde. What kind of the backstory of this one, how it came together, and really just another good song that you guys fell upon there.
Thank you
so much.
I mean, Dream in Denim, I remember the first time showing it to Tinka, she was like, we have to record this right now, even though we just recorded the Something in the Water album.
That's right.
That was already done. But Tinka loved it so much because I was thinking of both our little bows in this song. Our boo thing. She just got married in May.
I got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So she married a country boy from our hometown area, and I'm still dating my country boy from our hometown area.
So they're like the blue collar, they're like the work hard, like labor intensive type of dudes. We just love that.
Yeah, and Tink and I were previously talking how, man, we want an anthem for the hardworking blue collar boys. You know,
Mhm.
we always hear these songs about the suit and ties, and oh man, I love me a man in a suit. And it's like, well, have you seen a man in a
Denim?
truck or in some denim?
That's
like,
right. So
mm.
we just had to do it. We figured, you know, especially being in Nashville, denim's everywhere. We're just like,
And
come on.
I went to BMI and I was like looking up. I'm like, is Dreamin' Denim a title? Because I'm obsessed with just that title, and nobody has had that title yet. So we were like, okay,
we have to do it.
we have to have this song.
Might as well.
Take me through a little bit of the making of the album, because I got a chance to hear a little bit of that too when you guys had put that out. So many great songs on there and so many things that kind of resonate with country music fans and all styles of it. You guys had a little bit of everything. I kind of liked it as kind of take it to a roller coaster ride where it starts and then it kind of just goes up and up and up, and you know you're going to hit that crescendo and come down, and you finish like just a great 3, 4, 5 minute ride. But there's so many great songs on there, and you guys did a great job with the album.
I'm so glad you noticed that.
Thank
you.
you.
Because when we do our live shows, we actually have been taught by Tom Jackson's like book of music. Like for live shows, you want that crescendo, you want that ride up and then that down and then that hit at the end. And we just kind of decided, you know, why not, since we're trying to make our album be more like our live shows anyways, like let's make it literally just like that. So
yeah, it's like the live music method. And so when we come to the album, I think this is something that we've been practicing since our very first albums, but we want you to be able to just press play and just be able to listen and go through, you know, definitely a roller coaster of feels without it being too black and white or back and forth.
Mhm.
So that was a really fun album to create, like we said earlier, about this album being very more hands-on. So we had a lot of deciding, like in the decision-making process of this, which was great because Tinka has this big live energy feel in her drums on stage. And like we said, we wanted to bring that to the albums. And it actually all started with Something in the Water track.
Mhm.
So that's why we called the album Something in the Water. And that song was written because I wanted us to be able to get back to our roots. And, you know, we kind of got a little lost when we were younger with a lot of people trying to tell us what we should sound like and what we should do. And
fair enough, because we didn't know
True.
really. So, but you know, it kind of took us down path where it didn't feel natural for us. For
Yeah.
Sure, so.
And so we wrote Something in the Water because we wanted to kind of have, you know, that more mature. So it's got that little mature message in there, but it actually does get back to our roots and it makes us feel like home, and it kind of like allows us to be who we are. And it really shows on stage. And then that kind of set the stage for the rest of the album. I mean, all of those songs are just basically me as a songwriter practicing being more vulnerable. I'm normally known to keep a lot of things inside. And this album was one where we just like let it loose, and it was great. It was so great.
It's so fun. And she has more songs that are even more vulnerable, but we've got them in our back pocket. So we're excited.
We're getting deep.
We're getting deep.
Yeah. Musicians never rest on their laurels. It's one thing I've learned about this particular broadcast here. Kelsey was chiming in. Go to the audience here, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box there. We'll get to as many as we can. She says, yeah, I met him at Southern Halo. Cousin Chrissy and I are still using Anything Is Possible.
Oh,
So,
I love y'all.
which love that.
That's so
Which I know that was on the Just Like in the Movies album that you guys put out, which I thought was fantastic back there in 2018. Tell us, I guess, remind the audience a little bit, Natalia Tinka, about the Anything Is Possible tune on that record.
That's right. Anything is possible. Actually, I'll probably tear up if I start talking about
It's
it.
a good song.
It was when we were younger, you know, when you're younger, you don't really see any of the darkness in the world. Or
Don't cry.
if you do, you're just kind of like, you take it with like a grain of salt, and you just like are always thinking so positively. So we grew up thinking that way, and we really just wanted a song to help like other people think the same way as well, you know, and because life's too short to not, you know, do what you want to do, believe what you want to believe, and just, you know, have faith in whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And so when we put the song out, it did touch a lot of people's hearts, and
including Kelsey and
including
Chrissy.
yes, we
It's
love
just
you guys.
so
And you want
sweet.
to tell them about the hospital visits and everything?
Oh yes! Oh my goodness! And I wish we could take credit for that song. We did not write Anything Is
No.
Possible, but some good friends of ours did, and it was just so good. And so we recorded it. We wanted it on our album for those purposes, like Tinka said. And normally around Christmas, we get the amazing opportunity to go to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's
So
right.
we went to the Monroe Carroll Jr. Hospital here in Nashville, and we went around to the rooms and we were singing, you know, some cover songs and some original songs. And Anything Is Possible just really was, I can't even.
It was magical. You'd have to
It was
be there
magical.
to like feel the power of that song, like as we're singing it, like looking at these beautiful people
These beautiful
who,
children.
may not feel like some days that they haven't like any faith left. Like, they're just like totally beaten down, and then you sing the song and you see them light up.
Just
and
light
it's
up, like,
amazing. It's
I
such
can do
amazing.
anything. I can beat this. I will beat this. And we're like, yes, you are.
Why are we crying?
I don't know.
Hey, music touches people in a lot of ways, no doubt. Happy and sad, make you feel a little bit of everything too. I've got a question from Kelsey I'm gonna get to, but I tell you what, I brought you here also, no doubt, to sing for the audience here on the Backstage Pass. You got to do that. First, we'll do a quick timeout too. Steve, thanks for tuning in. Kelsey, we'll get to some comments there. She's got a pretty cool question out there. Quick timeout for Bangtail Whiskey. It is Tinka and Natalia. It's American Blonde here on the Backstage Pass. We'll come back, still some more questions off the Something in the Water album. I'm going to ask about Quicksand and Volcano and a whole lot more coming up here on the Backstage Pass. They're going to sing a couple of songs for us. Hang out here at the sportsguyspodcast.com live there. And we're also live on the YouTube channel. A word from Bangtail coming right back with American Blonde. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And, of course, back here on the show again, the SportsGuysPodcast.com, and, of course, the YouTube channel every day. Tomorrow, he was the front man for Little Texas. You might have known in the 90s, Porter Howell is going to join us tomorrow on the Backstage Pass. We'll talk about Little Texas and all those great songs back then, too. And he's come up with his own solo projects, so be on the lookout for that about 4 o'clock coming up tomorrow as well. Should 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. And then a full week of shows all the way up until Thursday before we get out of Dodge for a little getaway weekend. Back here with Tinka, Natalia, American Blonde here on the Backstage Pass. Again, the new album, Something in the Water, is out there across all the digital platforms, and Dream in Denim, which just came out October the 21st. Make sure you guys go check that out. Well, I tell you what, you guys, you take it away. It's all yours, and you can play anything, and I could be here listening to it all day, no doubt. So,
All right. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. This is our song that you can find anywhere you listen to your music, called Dream in Denim.
Woo! Come on.
Those Levi's feel just right, hanging off your hips. Giving my mind a few ideas. You ain't gotta say, gotta say anything. The way you hold yourself tells me everything. Never really know what's going down, but I'm down to find out. Cause you're walking like a movie scene in my heart, swears that you're chasing. Moving in circles, so lights, so sugar, my attention. You look so good, it's blinding me, and I know this ain't make-believe. You're watching vision, fantasy fitting in 32 inches, dreaming denim. I can watch you all night before winter stops. You're in the spotlight, sure what you got. You ain't gotta say anything. Something in your eyes tells me everything. I don't really know if it's destiny, but I'm sitting around to see you walking like a movie scene in my heart. Swear that you're chasing, moving in circles, so blue eyes, so sugar, my attention. You look so good, it's blinding me, and I know this ain't make-believe. You're watching vision, fantasy, vision, 32 inches, dreaming denim. Moving in circles, sumo white smoke, sure got my attention. You got my whole world spinning, cause you're walking like a movie scene in my heart, swears you're changing. Moving in circles, so blue eyes for you got my attention. You look so good, it's fucking me, and I hope this ain't make-believe. You're watching this fantasy, getting 32 inches, dreaming in love. Dreaming in love. Dreaming in love.
Oh yeah, right there. American Blonde, Tinka, Natalia, of course, back here. Dream and Denim is the latest single across all the platforms out there nationwide. And of course, if you're out there, pick up the single and Something in the Water. Just love how that one's just so natural and just a jam. Like you ladies have fun
We just
doing
like
that song. That's what you do. Take over the drums.
I bet you didn't know. Sit on
No, I saw the drumstick. I said she's having too much fun with that song right there. Hey, back to the album though. Quicksand, Let It Off, and I love that one so much. Let's break that one down a little bit.
Oh,
Quicksand,
yeah.
yes, that was our very first single off the
Mhm.
album.
That's right.
We took that one to radio and everything, and it was just wow, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We really chose Quicksand, I want to say, because it was one of the ones I wrote during the pandemic, when just kind of we were all stuck inside, and you know,
We're not used to it.
We're
you
not
know?
used to it.
At the time, we weren't used to it, and you're just like, oh my God, okay, I love you, but you're being a little much. Always in my face all the time. You're just kind of figuring each other out as, you know, couples, families, whatever. You're figuring it out like, you know, this is new and this is a little too much. and
Yeah,
stuff
like so,
that.
for example, there were like moms, dads, and kids, and normally the kids are at school, the dad is at work, mom has the house to herself, you know.
Right.
And all these families were like, I love my family, but they're driving me crazy. And
Right.
I'm like, I can relate. And at the time, I was, you know, been dating this guy for quite some time, and you know, we were going through quite some struggles too. You know, long distance relationship. I'm in Nashville, he's in Mississippi, so I was feeling kind of the same on a different level. And I showed it to Tinka, and she loved this one immediately.
I bet.
We wanted to have this song mainly because we felt like so many other people out there can relate to the fact that, you know, you are in a sticky situation, and you really kind of can't get out of this problem without
The
another
other person's understanding and helping in that situation as well.
I
Like,
mean,
it takes two to tango.
Literally, the only way you can get out of quicksand is if you got somebody helping you. You know, the more
True.
you fight and struggle, you're just making it worse.
True.
So that's exactly why this song came about. And Tinka, if you ever listen to the song, the cool ad libs that she does in the song, I mean, this is one of those, one of the many originals that we just love
We got
jamming.
to like experiment with it vocally and things like that. So it was different for us, and we were pretty proud of it. We love
Yeah.
it so much. I'm gonna
It's-
check it out.
It leads off a great album. Again, Something in the Water is out there for nationwide. If you guys, wherever you purchase music, make sure you go grab it. And I see you got a friend of yours who stepped behind the couch up there just laying down and wants to be a part of the broadcast, right?
You should, yeah.
Oh, Lord. His name is Weller. Not with bourbon, after the bourbon.
Just wanted- They want to be a part of the show. Come on down. We take all. We don't discriminate. We just take all comers to the show, right? That's what we do here
That's right.
on the Backstage Pass. He heard you guys jamming out and wanted to be a part of what.
That's right.
Anywhere music is. That's why we love music.
Yep.
I love that too. You also had a cool one on there too with Something in the Water. That second track, which was Smooth, was also on there. Tell us about that one a little bit.
Love that one. Thank you. That was
Smooth.
also another like kind of like an experiment for us because we've never done something that stylistic before, and we fell in love with it. I think we did release it. Was it a single for us?
We just
We just kinda
released it
released
for
it.
fun. We kind of were doing this thing where we were spoon feeding songs, like tracks off of the album before actually dropping the album. So we actually spoon fed that one out around Valentine's Day, and
Right.
like
It just felt so perfect for the time. you know?
yes, writing that was so fun because it's just sometimes it sounds like it's so simple, you know, like the words, but sometimes that's all you really need to just kind of describe the
Yeah.
way you're feeling.
The feeling is very complex, but the song is like all you can, use to express that,
And so Smooth is really a song that's just about like exactly what it sounds like, just being in a relationship with someone that just makes it so effortless and easy, and you're just like, I didn't know loving someone could
it's
be
the
this
vibe
easy.
of it that like also
Mhm,
accentuates
yeah.
the feeling.
Yes,
you know?
and like we were saying earlier, how we wanted to experiment musically. We are also huge jazz fans, so we have some of the songs that kind of touch on our bluesy roots.
Bit of some jazz.
Well, we wanted to throw a little bit of jazz in this one because It's romance.
You can
and
hear
it's
it in those
sweet.
little guitar parts in there. We love it so much. So much fun.
Really cool arrangement. Again, Smooth is on that album out there too. Love that one. Kelsey, I promise to get to your question too, as I've got so many on my list. But hey, if the audience questions come in, that negates what I'm trying to do here too. So more than one host here, which is good. So I usually leave this for rapid fire, but this is cool because we never, especially now with the fall time here, with I guess all the pumpkin spice drinks and you guys mixing it with ice cream. So what is the favorite ice cream a piece? What do you got?
If there was an ice cream flavor for me that was pumpkin spice, that would probably be pumpkin spice.
She
my
was
jam.
pumpkin spice.
I hate
everything.
to be basic, but I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed.
I'm like chocolate chip cookie dough all the way. I've been like that since I was a kid, and I can't change. I love my cookie dough.
Love your cookie. No doubt. You maybe want some now for supper. All I want's ice cream. And my kid, had a little girl through this pandemic too. She's now 2.5 years old, and she's saying this too to you both. She's saying, "I want cake, Daddy, cake," and I'm like, "You hadn't even eaten your supper yet. You want cake or ice cream?" And we took her trick or treating for Halloween too, and it was a journey, but it was a lot of fun, no doubt. She's
the first trick or treating experience.
The first one that she could go to. Yeah, the first one she went as Bluey. She did.
Bluey is every 2-year-old's favorite right now. 2 to 5 years old, Bluey is it.
Bluey is
nothing
it.
else. Maybe Coco Melon.
Man,
That's
so
great.
she's asking for cake before day. I mean,
That's
look,
hilarious.
we ladies, we know what we want.
You do, yeah. She, I'll just send you a picture. She's growing up so fast, and definitely, her name is Chloe, and she's definitely loves your music. I play it for her a lot in the truck and the car, and she's almost saying your name correctly. She got Southern Halo back when it was Southern Halo. She got that.
She got that
But
right.
now she's trying to do American Blonde. She's doing her best with her
Florida
consonants and her vowels a little bit too. So it's getting there.
That's awesome.
Meet her soon.
Yes,
That's so
Chloe,
cute.
Oh, she's something else too. I tell you what else is off that album I love so much. Were 2 songs actually, and I'll break them down. The first one was Volcano that you guys put, I think, is the 4th track on there. Tell me about Volcano a little bit.
I love Volcano.
I think that's Tinka's favorite.
It probably is. Just the meaning, and also playing it live is such a fun rush.
Mm-hmm.
Volcano is really just about like ain't nobody taking the crap anymore. Like whether that be in a relationship, like environmentally, or like in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Literally any way you want to take it. It's like it's telling a story like you've never really like given anybody your true word yet. Like you're not going to put up with it, and but you're going to, and you're just ready for it to explode. So you're not sure how it's going to come out, but you're gonna tell them like
And I mainly kind of came about because Tinka is not the shy, quiet one. Tinka's like the, what did you say? And
oh my God, I don't have like a fake bone in my body. If I have
Exactly.
something to say, I'm in it, saying it. I hate it like that, but
I love it. I wish, because I'm like the, I'm sorry, don't hurt me. Like I'm like the puppy, and she's like the bull.
Yeah.
So growing up on the playground, she would be the bully to my bullies. She stood up for me, and she's still like that to this day. And I'm always like, man, I'm the older sister. I need to start taking up for myself. And so Volcano, I wrote it mainly with Tinka in mind, because I'm just like, I'm learning to become this person that I've never been before. As you get older, and the song literally, like Tinka says, is just about, you don't know what it's like to blow up on someone because you've never done it before. But man, you let this volcano be dormant for so long,
and you're about to let it explode.
that's gonna.
Right.
And it's so. Oh man, you guys have got to see the
so
music video to
fun.
this one.
It's so much fun.
You can see Tinka just like the hair flips. It's her jam.
It's a good jam, no doubt about it too. We'll take another quick time out here. We'll come back, American Blonde, and they're going to play one more for us here on the Backstage Pass. Don't forget, coming up today at 4:30, the great Kate Watson is going to join us tomorrow. Porter Howell, he was the front man for Little Texas for a lot of years, and coming up here in a few weeks, the American Idol winner, Noah Thompson, Pat Green, and a whole lot more here. It is the Backstage Pass. Quick time out. They'll grab the guitar and come back, and we'll keep it secret now. We'll see what they're going to play here on the Backstage Pass. Hang tight. More to come.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And tomorrow, Porter Howell on the show. And they're coming up at about 4:30 tomorrow. We'll talk with the great Daryl Worley here on the show, along with Bernie Nelson. We're promoting a big show coming up this weekend on November 11th, the Veterans Day concert at Pedrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas. You can get your tickets to see Daryl Worley and the great Bernie Nelson at Full Circle Moments LLC.com. Make sure you guys do that. The great Daryl Worley coming up tomorrow, and one of the best songwriters and singers out there, Bernie Nelson, here on the Backstage Pass. Back here with American Blonde on the show, Natalia Tinka doing their thing. Of course, Something in the Water is the latest album out there. And then the single that came out, which is Dream in Denim, came out October 21st. So make sure you guys go check out all the great music out there, from Southern Halo to American Blonde. No matter what they call themselves, they're a fantastic duo, formerly trio out there too. So the music is great. Take my word for it. I do this for a living. So there you go. There you go. Get out there. Get the music, and Natalia knows I've been doing this for about 4 years now, so I know good music when I hear it.
I know you are just the best. You really are. So we do have to ask you, what song would you rather hear? Would you like to hear something?
What song? Oh, I get a choice. See, nobody's ever turned it on that. I like that. Well, if I'm going to choose one on there that I'm going to talk about here in just a second, I was going to ask you about, it's got to be Blackwater Creek. Would you do that one?
Oh!
If not, I will say, if it's easier, then I love the other one's going to talk about was Prettiest Girl in Town.
Oh my gosh, Prettiest Girl. We can give her a shot.
You want to give her a shot?
You want to give her a shot?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This is a song on her album called Prettiest Girl in Town. Like only yesterday, when you looked at me and couldn't look away. Said nobody around here could hold a flame. Seems like only yesterday. How could I have changed that much from the girl you love to not love? I was hardly on your pedestal till I became replaceable. I used to be prettiest girl in town. That's what you told me. You built me up just to tear me down. And I don't know who I am now. Whatever happened to me. 'Cause I used to be the prettiest girl in town. Prettiest girl in town. Said I was priceless, now I learned just how little you thought that I was worth. Oh, I was your queen, but you took my crown, and you gave it to someone else now. I used to be the prettiest girl in town. That's what you told me. You built me up just to tear me down. And I don't know who I am now. Whatever happened to me. 'Cause I used to be the prettiest girl in town. Prettiest girl in Hey, yeah. Will I ever feel that beautiful again? Like way back when I used to be prettiest girl in town. That's what you told me. You built me up just to tear me down. And I don't know who I am now. Whatever happened to me. Oh, was I all that I am?
love it too. And you guys have so much fun with the music out there.
Thank you. I know we haven't played her in a minute.
I know. I'm glad you said something.
That's a good one.
I try to pick things that sometimes are, right there. People may not know. I've heard I listen to the entire albums when I do things here on the show. We do it a lot differently here than maybe some others do it, but we take time to listen to the music. Myself, Kirsty Krause, and everybody who makes it possible here. Nick Canizales, CJ Garton, all the co-hosts, and breaking it down, asking the best questions out there we can to our guests here, having a lot of fun here. Well, tell me about let's talk about that one. Break it down. The Prettiest Girl in Town from the Something in the Water record. How did this one come about?
Oh my goodness. Prettiest Girl in Town is really it's like an anthem for anyone out there that feels like they're just, on top of the world. That first love feeling, nothing could ever bring you down. You were just living it so high.
You
at
feel
this
so
point.
special. You're getting all the attention. He's literally showering you in comments and compliments and praises.
And then all of a sudden, that's gone. And a lot of people don't talk about like that huge void that you just go to. Like as soon as, you get out of a relationship with someone that you really felt secure and safe in. And there's that moment in time that you go through, whether you're a man or a woman, where you feel like you're missing this piece, and you just kind of feel lost.
You could still be in that relationship even and like notice that it's happening. Like you can feel like the love just starting to fade, and like you're not as great as he once built you up to be, even still in the relationship. And like honestly, to me, that hits the hardest. When you're in the relationship and you feel that still, it's just crazy. So that's what this song is really about. And it's really just one of those songs like that you can sympathize with if you're feeling that emotion and you can relate to it. It just makes you feel like you're not alone in that,
Yeah. We wanted to write songs for people to let them understand and feel that they are not the only ones going through, situations like that. We all go through them, and we feel you, we hear you. Yeah, it is very real.
It's no doubt. It's one of those anthems out there that can make people, like I said, feel something other songs don't, but it really does. Blackwater Creek, I want to break this one down too, because it hit me in a lot of different ways too, but in good ways, no doubt. But I think that there's always something for everyone, or kind of the hidden song on the album that may give you a different flavor. You kind of mentioned that, y'all did that with Volcano and Smooth, but Blackwater Creek really kind of hit me in a good way too.
Thank you. It is definitely a little different flavor for sure.
Yeah.
I love that term.
That is a good way to put it.
It's more smoky. I'd say it's a little more downplayed. Instrumentally, it's definitely different. We love it.
Yeah. Our producer, Cliff Downs, he was playing it for us in the studio one time because he knew that, we all grew up in the Mississippi Delta. We're some swamp. I don't want to say swampy, but like, we grew up in the mud and, in the Delta dirt. And he's like, man, I got to show y'all this original song. And so he kind of collaborated on this song a while back, and he has been waiting to find somebody to do this. And we were like, we love this song so much.
We just felt it resonated with like our bringing up and like our background growing up in the Delta. So we loved it.
And the song is really about a forbidden love. Think Romeo and Juliet. Like no one wanted them to be together. They were forbidden to see each other. And this song is really about that, like sneaking out to go see your forbidden love, even though it's so wrong.
So it's so wrong. It's that's why it's called Blackwater.
That's right. Yeah.
Blackwater Creek, and you guys need to check it out. Something in the Water across all the digital platforms out there. All right, so I'm going to throw a little rapid fire at you here, so we'll see what comes to mind here too, and how all this is the fun things we've changed. All right, so I know for me, I'm wearing the new cap today too because my Houston Astros won the World Series over the weekend, beating the Phillies in 6 games. So from that to football to a little bit of this, I probably asked you this last time. Sports wise, what teams do you both get into? Are either college teams or pro teams?
Well, okay, I can answer this. For both of us, we're both literally the same. I don't think we follow a sports team that the other one of us doesn't like. We are anything SEC above all.
Yeah.
But within the SEC football wise, we really like.
Okay, UGA. I'm sorry.
UGA.
There you go.
We got the championship last season, brother, and we're still going
There you
strong.
go. Yeah.
So we're huge UGA fans. Like,
We're not originally from Georgia, but our dad's from Georgia, and so of course we just kind of grew up Georgia fans. And of course you've had your chances to like grow up and try other teams, but man, we're just huge.
I know. In the last game, what was that? The Tennessee Georgia game. We were kind of.
We're like, I don't know who to go for.
We live in Tennessee, but we love Georgia. And it was like one of those games. names.
And
for
of
us.
course, we are from Mississippi as well, and our boys are actually Mississippi State Bulldogs.
So we're big.
So we're Bulldog fans.
Yeah,
just
Bulldogs
all around.
all around. Yep.
But baseball. Do you have any baseball or? No.
She's like, no, it's all good.
Not much about it. I like the
I like the
uniforms.
outfits.
I like the game. I love it.
Of course, I'll just go for the national sounds when it comes to baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball, because woo, go Nashville.
And we're celebrating down here because we had the championship of the World Series just ended on Saturday night, so it was a lot of fun. Natalie knows I'm a huge Astros nut, so it's like
You are.
I had to go out there and get the cap and the swag and all that. What's funny is too, I actually had somebody gave me here on the show. This showed up at the door, and I was like, "That's pretty cool." With like the pennant, Natalia. So they gave me the pennant. I get to fly. So we get
Oh my
to
gosh.
Oh no,
2000. So
That is
I
so
gotta hang that. Yes, I do. There too.
What a cool win. That's
And then a flag. I get a flag to put on the wall too. So there's many reasons to root for your favorite teams because you don't know when a championship's coming, no doubt. When it comes to I guess a lot of fun out there, what do you guys enjoy doing away from music for hobbies or just fun time?
Well, mine's more of a laid back hobby than I would say Nana's is. I just really like being outside, like hiking. We have a lot of great
Camping.
hiking spots here in Nashville. Or if you go even like an hour outside of Nashville, you can find like the coolest camping spots, waterfalls, like things like that. So I love fishing, hiking, canoeing, kayaking.
Yeah.
I'm like that kind of girl. And then fishing for sure. Like
Fishing.
deep sea fishing, I'm really into.
she's like your nature girl in all aspects, and
Yeah.
she's not afraid of nature. And I'm
Yeah.
terrified of nature. I don't know how she does it.
I love it. My next goal would be noodling. I want to be like
She
a
was-
professional noodler. I've been saying that all my life, though. I just don't know where the heck do you go noodling.
Where do you
man?
find a catfish in
Where
a
do
hole
you
in the
find
water?
it?
Hold
Yeah.
the water. Well, there was they made a TV show of it. What was that called? I'm trying to think of the
I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
catfish holes. Oklahoma was like a good place there. They had a few rivers and
Exactly.
things that with your hands. See, I'm like you. You're like Tinka's like that risk taker, man. She just go out there, rip it apart, put her hands on it, and get inside the rock and put her hand in there and pull out.
I don't know how
Exactly.
she does it. It's absolutely incredible.
It's my
She will
jam.
drop everything to go camping. In fact, when we were on the road and we saw a stream, no doubt we had to pull over just so she could just hop
Yeah.
in the stream.
I actually had COVID. One time I had COVID. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
make it to my sister-in-law's like wedding party thing or whatever because I was sick. And then I was like, also, I'm going to go camping anyways. Like I was dead sick.
She's like, I'll
could not
quarantine to a new
breathe.
level. I'm like, Tinky, you need to go to bed.
Could not breathe and still goes camping. Like I just loved it, man. But Nana's hobby is way cooler than mine.
No, it's not. It's way.
it's cool.
I just like to fix this car that my boyfriend and I got as a project car, and
There
we
you go.
fixed it up to track. So whenever we're not gigging, we're tracking the car, and it's fun. But man, is it time consuming too.
Yeah, working on a car, much less in the backyard or just anything like that outside. But I'm with Tinka on the fact, and I love tinkering with cars too. But I love doing the outdoors stuff, and like I said, getting out there, taking the trails and stuff. Like anytime I just travel with the family and my little girl, she loves being outside, so it's always fun to kind of go out there and
That's so sweet.
just spend time with her. Be what God put me here. Be a good dad. That's all I can ask for. Hey, there was one on the album that I had to go back to with Something in the Water. I'm trying to remember the title offhand. Dust on My Wings. Tell me about this one.
Oh, I love this
well,
song.
we're gonna cry again.
I'm making you cry today. I
Yeah.
feel bad.
Love it. That's what songs are all about. Bringing the
They
emotion
are.
out of people. Like it's at our deep core music.
We're
is.
going through all of the emotions
Yeah,
today.
so-
So Dust on My Wings. I wrote this another song inspired somewhat by Tinka because like we were talking, she's
Mhm.
a rebel child. And so at first she was the first one to come to my mind, but at the time our pawpaw was not doing so well. And he's just like Tinka, always outdoors. He's like a Rolling Stone hippie, like, lives life on the edge, but it's
Mhm.
like a good person through and through, no doubt. And he wasn't doing so well at the time. So I got together with a friend of mine, Jordan Rayner, and she helped me bring this song out like so beautifully. It's really just about it's a song that's a tribute to anyone out there that is a rebel child and you live life on the edge, and you always have, but that does not mean that there is a special place for you when your time comes, because you're still a good person. You just live life a little crazier than others.
You might have
Tinka.
done some risky things back then, but that don't make you bad.
And it just means you've had some more fun.
Yeah.
It's a good song off there, no doubt. You guys need to check it out there. Dust on My Wings. All right, final one I'm gonna do is any latest food cravings or beverage cravings. I know for me, it's always something coming on the market to get my attention to do something. Lately, it's been Well, I'll put it this way: I was celebrating with some drinks the other night when the
Yeah.
Stros won the titles, so I had like the mix of Bud Light, Coors Light, Michelob, and I just kept drinking what everybody would. So I
Yeah.
don't know. For me, it's never. It's really the food I love trying. Has there been any latest cravings for y'all, food or beverage wise?
Yes, actually.
Yes,
This weekend,
I'm
man. Well, I don't know if this one's cooking. This is pretty typical, but I've been really like I'm a sucker for some like Papa John's pizza.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have but I'm not too bad about it because they have like a gluten-free whatever that is.
Okay, yeah.
I don't do it because it's gluten free. I get the crust because it has like the quinoa and the amaranth, and
Mhm.
it's got like the ancient grains in it. So I try to be a little healthy. But man, I'm telling you, like a
Papa John's,
supreme
so-
gluten free pizza with like a glass of wine, a bottle of wine,
A bottle of
She's like, not a glass, a bottle.
you
More
can't go
realistic.
wrong, man. You can't go wrong.
I
So good.
know. I don't know about me. I'm like, I feel like I'm always craving sushi. Like if I pass a sushi
You're a big
restaurant,
sushi person. She's like a nice cocktail and a good thing of sushi kind of person. Like you're very good.
we were
with
talking
that.
about this. Yes, because of COVID, I lost my taste for like 9 months. So as soon as I
Yeah.
started to get my taste back,
Wow.
I've like
9
anywhere we go,
months.
I want a cocktail. Like I want something that makes my taste buds go crazy.
Like hot. Like, yeah. So she's been into the cocktails recently.
give me a cocktail and a sushi roll. I am
Just like,
yours.
give me the
Oh my-
wine.
Golden. She's golden too. Well, I tell you what, y'all have so much fun with the music out there. Two of the best rising ladies in country music. I just know, with tomorrow, Wednesday night this week, the CMA Awards, we're going to see them on that stage one day doing their thing up there. And I guarantee it's going to be a duo we discovered a couple of years ago there with the albums when they were Southern Halo. But hey, just congratulations on all the success. The latest single, Dream in Denim, is out there across all the digital platforms. And while you're at it, check out Something in the Water. Get the full length album across all the digital platforms. Natalia, Tink, always appreciate you both coming on the Backstage Pass with us here. And hey, continued success going forward. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And same to you, Brandon. We love you so much. And cheers to all the great success and for the
I
future to
know.
come. We're so excited.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having us.
much.
We're just going to keep going. That's what we do here on the show. No, we're not done today. Kate Watson coming up here in a little bit, about 4:30 on the Backstage Pass tomorrow. Porter Howell, frontman for the great 90s band Little Texas. Noah Thompson here in a few weeks, and Pat Green, and a whole lot more shows that I've forgotten. I've got to go back and look at my own schedule to do that. Thanks for you guys for the comments. We'll see you on the Backstage Pass here about 4:30 today. It's a triple header of shows, so don't miss it at 4:30 with Kate Watson, tomorrow Porter Howell, and also Daryl Worley and Bernie Nelson coming up tomorrow to promote their show. November 11th, Veterans Day at Pedrati's Ranch in San Antonio, Texas. You can get tickets at www.fullcirclemomentsllc.com. We'll see you guys about 4:30 with Kate Watson. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you soon.